Ever wondered what the future of medicine looks like? Imagine a world where we don't just treat diseases, but we cure them. Not with a lifetime of pills or procedures, but with a single, one-time treatment. That future isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening right now. And one company is leading the charge, CRISPR Therapeutics. Just recently, the FDA made a monumental decision. They awarded a national priority voucher to a therapy called Casgevy, developed by CRISPR Therapeutics and its partner, Vertex. Why is this such a big deal? Because Casgevy is the first ever commercially approved therapy based on CRISPR gene editing technology. This isn't just a win for one company, it's a defining moment for the entire field of biotechnology. Gene editing has officially graduated from the lab and is now a real-world treatment. So what exactly is Casgevy and what does it do? It's a one-time, potentially curative treatment for two devastating genetic blood disorders, sickle cell disease and beta-thalassemia. For people living with these conditions, life is often a painful cycle of chronic blood transfusions, unpredictable crises, and constant hospital visits. There have been very few effective long-term options until now. Casgevy works by taking a patient's own stem cells, editing them with CRISPR technology to reactivate a special kind of hemoglobin we all have as babies, fetal hemoglobin, and then returning these corrected cells to the patient. This one-time procedure has the potential to correct the genetic root of the disease. For patients, this could mean liberation, freedom from a lifetime of pain and medical dependency. It's truly a life-changing prospect. But what about the cost? The price tag is steep, round to $0.2 million per treatment. That number sounds astronomical, but let's look at the bigger picture. For insurance companies and healthcare systems, this high upfront cost could actually save money in the long run. Think about it. You eliminate decades of expenses for transfusions, hospitalizations, and managing chronic complications. The value proposition is incredibly strong for everyone involved. Patients get their lives back, payers see long-term cost savings, and CRISPR Therapeutics has a scalable technology platform with massive potential. Let's talk numbers and market size, because this is where it gets really interesting for investors. Sickle cell disease affects about 100,000 people in the US and a staggering 20 million globally. In the near term, it's estimated that about 15,000 patients in the US alone could be eligible for a therapy like Casgevy. At the current price, that translates to a potential market of around $33 billion. And that's just sickle cell. Beta-thalassemia adds another 60,000 new cases globally each year, representing another $11 billion in potential opportunity. Together, we're looking at a total addressable market of $40 to $45 billion. Even if we're conservative and assume treatment capacity reaches about 1 to 2,000 patients per year within the next 5 years, that could still generate realistic annual revenues of $2 to $4 billion. This incredible market potential is driven by two powerful forces, what we call tech push and market pull. The tech push comes from CRISPR Therapeutics platform itself. It's a modular system, which means the same core technology can be adapted to target a wide range of diseases, from blood disorders to cancer and even regenerative medicine. The successful approval of Casgevy is a huge validation. It de-risks the entire platform, proving that the science, manufacturing, and delivery methods work. As the technology continues to advance, with improvements in automation and delivery, costs will come down and the applications will broaden even further. Then there's the market pull. There's growing demand from patients, doctors, and even insurance payers for curative therapies. Everyone is starting to recognize the long-term benefit of solving a disease once and for all, rather than just managing it forever. Governments are getting on board, too. The FDA's new voucher program, for example, is designed to speed up the review of groundbreaking treatments. This combination of validated science and strong policy support creates an almost perfect environment for a company like CRISPR Therapeutics to succeed. Of course, they aren't the only ones in this space. So what does the competitive landscape look like? CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex are the undisputed leaders, having crossed the finish line first. Their main competitor is Bluebird Bio with a product called 𝗧𝗛𝗓. But 𝗧𝗛𝗓 uses an older technology, a lentiviral vector, to add a gene, not edit one. This method carries some potential long-term safety concerns that CRISPR editing avoids. Other companies like Beam Therapeutics and Editas Medicine are working on next-generation base editing technologies. These are very promising, but they are still 2 to 3 years behind in clinical development. For now, CRISPR Therapeutics has a significant first-mover advantage. They have the approved product, the manufacturing process figured out, the regulatory expertise, and they're already engaging with payers. That creates a strong competitive moat. The real threat from newer technologies probably won't emerge until closer to 2028 or 2029. So how will patients actually get this treatment? The initial rollout of Casgevy is happening at a select group of about 25 to 35 specialized treatment centers across the US. By 2026, as insurance companies come on board, we'll see this expand. Payers are expected to adopt outcomes-based contracts, meaning they'll pay for the therapy based on its curative success. A European launch is also on the horizon, with other markets to follow. The FDA's voucher is a powerful endorsement that signals to the entire world that this is a priority. Now, let's get down to the valuation for all the investors watching. It's important to remember that CRISPR Therapeutics is still in its investment and scaling phase. The company is expected to continue posting losses through 2026 as it builds out its commercial infrastructure. But things are projected to turn around quickly. By 2027, the company could reach break-even with a positive earnings per share, or EPS, of around $1. From there, growth could accelerate, with EPS potentially hitting to $0.50 in 2028 and even for dollars by 2029 as Casgevy sales mature and new therapies from their pipeline start contributing. So what does that mean for the stock price? Using a standard discounted cash flow model with a 15% risk-adjusted discount rate, our base case valuation comes out to around $26.60 per share. But this can change depending on how things play out. In an optimistic scenario where adoption is faster and profitability is higher, the valuation could climb to the $35 to $38 range. On the other hand, in a more conservative case with slower uptake, potential stock dilution, or delays, the value could be closer to the $20 to $22 range. We ran a sensitivity analysis to see exactly how these factors impact the valuation. At 50% of our expected adoption rate, the value is closer to $20. At our baseline projections, it's right around that $26 to $27 mark. But if adoption and growth accelerate to 150% of our expectations, the valuation jumps towards that $35 to $38 level. The key takeaway here is that both stronger sales and faster profitability have a disproportionately positive impact on shareholder value. This highlights the incredible leverage and scalability built into CRISPR's business model. Looking ahead, there are several key milestones or inflection points to watch. In 2026, we'll see how CRISPR uses that FDA priority review voucher, possibly to fast-track its next-generation programs. Through 2027, we'll be watching the commercial scaling of Casgevy. Then, between 2027 and 2028, we expect to see crucial clinical data from their pipeline programs and cancer and autoimmune diseases. And beyond 2028, the big one will be the validation of their in vivo platform treatments that edit genes directly inside the body, which would open up a whole new world of therapeutic possibilities. So, to sum it all up for traders and investors, CRISPR Therapeutics is at a unique intersection of scientific breakthrough, regulatory support, and commercial opportunity. As the first company to bring a CRISPR-based therapy to market, it's the bellwether for this entire revolutionary sector. Yes, there will be short-term volatility. Scaling up manufacturing and navigating reimbursement frameworks is a complex process. But the medium-term outlook offers asymmetric upside. The potential rewards are huge as Casgevy gains traction and new treatments enter the market. The single most important event to watch will be the next round of FDA voucher designations in 2026. If CRISPR's in vivo editing programs get prioritized for fast-track review, it would be a game-changer, solidifying the company's role as the undisputed leader in curative genetic medicine for years to come. This isn't just another biotech story. It's the beginning of a new era in medicine, and CRISPR Therapeutics is writing the first chapter. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on the companies shaping our future.